Instant gratification is a war with our own minds. But if we conquer it, we become the architects of our own lives. Hello YouTube, Trenzel here for your self-growth. And in today's video, we will talk about the overwhelming power of instant gratification. First off, you must understand the concept that small comforts, small insignificant comforts, they compound over time into much larger problems. Say, for example, you are interested in getting a new job. Now, getting a new job might take dozens, if not even a couple hundred of different applications that you have to send out to different prospective jobs. Application after application. But each journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You won't be able to begin your journey until you start sending out those applications. But see, in a world that we live in today where we're surrounded by instant gratification, where you can go on your phone and just like that, you're captured, you're ensnared by it for hours at a time, or you could turn on your TV and then you can procrastinate. You have endless choices for procrastination: video games, TV, social media, the phone. You even have mobile games too. You can talk with your friends. They can be distractions as well. Or you can even use learning as a distraction, where you learn about each job and learn about this and learn about that, but you're not spending time actually filling out applications and sending out applications. But each time you do this, each time you procrastinate on it, you stay stuck in the job that you're at, which I assume you dislike. If you dislike the job you're currently at, the only way to solve that is to do what you said you were going to do: send out those applications. But it's very easy to procrastinate, very easy to get caught up, and very easy to say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. You end up never doing it. You end up getting trapped in a cycle of instant gratification because it's easier to eat that bag of chips. It's easier to turn on the TV. It's easier to say, I've earned it because I worked hard and I dislike this job and I worked really hard at this job. I deserve to take a break instead of ruining myself looking for a new job, and who knows when I'm going to get a call back. Or you get one rejection letter and it completely tanks you. It completely sours your mood. And it gives you a perfect excuse to continue procrastinating. Delayed gratification rewards you over a very long time frame. It takes a while before you get the rewards. The mind cannot comprehend this in comparison to instant gratification, whereas you get the reward like that. You see, the thing is, let's say that you have a website, or that's your goal. You want to launch a website. You want to start a business by launching a website, perhaps starting an e-commerce store. You know, nowadays that's getting easier and easier to do. It is getting more streamlined. You can learn lots of different ways of doing that now. Say that's your goal. But that goal takes place over a very long time horizon. It takes a long time before you start seeing any fruits of your labor, any benefits. It'll take a long time before you even get your first sale, let alone your 1,000th, let alone become financially stable from it. Many businesses fail within the first year. Online stores are no different. Many of them will get put up, won't get updated, won't get checked up on, will be completely abandoned. Many businesses, this happens to many businesses. The mind cannot comprehend something that happens over such a long time horizon. You have to commit to doing it for a very long time before you see any fruits of your labor, before you see any benefit or any gain. Now compare that to the instant reward of doing the things that you've already been doing. Scrolling on your phone, scrolling on TikTok, watching your favorite television show, your Netflix series. You get an instant hit of relief, and it distracts the mind from doing the thing that is hard, from doing the thing that is difficult. But you always have that voice inside your head saying, I should be doing this. And that voice just gets louder the longer and longer you take. And so to get relief from that voice, from that anxiety of what you need to do. You consume more of the very thing that's keeping you from doing it. So yes, starting an e-commerce store right now is difficult. Yes, starting a YouTube channel right now is difficult. Yes, becoming a streamer right now is difficult. Yes, losing weight right now when there's so many food options, it's more difficult than ever before. Yes, quitting smoking or vaping is very difficult because you're addicted to nicotine. Yes, it's very difficult accomplishing a goal of starting up your own business and having it be successful. That's very difficult. And all these goals take place over a long time horizon. You want to lose weight, that's difficult. You want to get a new job, that's difficult. You want to change careers, well, first you have to go to school. That's difficult. And all these goals take place over a very long period of time. It doesn't happen in just a couple weeks. It usually takes months or years before you even start to get progress. The mind is not good at working with these types of time horizons. But the thing is, just because it's difficult now doesn't mean it'll be difficult later. As you continue on your weight loss journey, it'll get easier and easier. As you continue building out your website, it'll get easier and easier. The key here is that you don't do it all at once, you do it in pieces. If you tackle the entire goal at once, it can be overwhelming, especially in comparison to the quick dopamine hits that you get from instant gratification. Instead, you want to break the goal down into bite-sized pieces and tackle it in little incremental pieces and celebrate your wins, celebrate your victories. For YouTube, you celebrate each and every time you do any little small thing. You gain one subscriber, celebrate that. You put one video up, you celebrate that. When you're trying to lose weight, each time you go to the gym, you celebrate that. If you're trying to build muscle, each time you increase the load, even a little bit, you celebrate. Each time you choose an apple or fruit or vegetables over eating potato chips or donuts or cake, you celebrate that. A very good point of this is that when it comes to delayed gratification, it's not just about what you want and what you say yes to, it's also about what you say no to. No is oftentimes far more powerful than what you say yes to. When you want to accomplish any goal worth accomplishing, you must give up some of the things that you're doing now. If you want to be fit, healthy, strong, muscular, you have to give up the lifestyle that you're currently living that's unaligned with the lifestyle that you want. Sometimes you have to give up people too because they're not good influences on you. But to my point, it gets easier and easier over time. As you build up the experience, as you build up tolerance, it becomes easier to do. Not more difficult, easier. But you have to start. Once you start and you do it over and over and incorporate it as a habit into your own life, it becomes not only just, it becomes significantly easier and even sometimes mundane. But mundane action in the correct direction is some of the most powerful action you can take. It's not always this big, huge decision. The small decisions also have a tremendous amount of power. You must be careful too, not to seek out ways of handling things quicker or as fast as possible. It's not always that simple. It usually isn't. The mind has a tendency to seek out rewards that are simple and easy, that offer the least resistance. And because of this tendency, this is the reason why people oftentimes seek shortcuts to success. They seek out paths that are easy. They want to shortcut. They want to make things as easy as possible for them so that way they don't have to be uncomfortable for too long. That way they can minimize their discomfort. That way they can get it as fast as possible. The reward the brain gives you for quick and easy wins is so addictive That's what keeps you on your phone all the time. I do find it interesting that we don't ask for shortcuts for degree programs. There's a lot of goals that you can accomplish in 4 years, a lot of goals. Imagine the amount of progress you could make on that website in the same amount of time that it takes you to earn a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. It's a thought that I've had recently. But nevertheless, you have to go through, because if there was a shortcut, it'd be easy enough that everyone would be able to do it. But that would devalue the goal. You know, the reason why these screens are so addictive in the first place is because it hijacks your dopamine, hijacks your brain, hijacks your reward center. You get fed this constant stream of entertainment. And this entertainment is far more stimulating than your real life. That's what it is. If you build up a life that is more fulfilling and more stimulating than the phone, then the phone loses its power over you. But your life is less stimulating. You go to your phone when you have bored moments. In moments of boredom, you go to your TV when you have moments of boredom. You go to your computer, you have moments of boredom. And it solves the problem of being bored. You don't ever have to be bored again. But bored signals an important thing. It signals that, hey, this is not the most fulfilling thing right now. This is not the most interesting thing right now. And you could be using that time to build a life that is fulfilling, that is interesting. But the more time you spend on your phone trying to avoid that boredom, the more time you spend on your phone trying to avoid it, the less time you have to put forth toward fixing your life, toward making your life better, toward moving toward goals. Moving toward goals is exactly what makes your life interesting. But in order to do that, you have to be bored first. But you run to your phone, to your sources of entertainment to avoid that boredom. What do you think is the consequence of that? And you know, our brain was not designed to tolerate all of this, to tolerate instant gratification all around us, from entertainment to food. All it takes is a simple tap of a button, you get food. A simple tap of the button, and you get to talk to anyone you want at any time. We have unlimited access to pretty much everyone on the planet. Can you imagine that? You can socialize with several thousand strangers at a moment's notice. People that you've never met before, people that you might never meet. People that you might never meet. You can join group after group. You have endless sources of entertainment. Streaming has made that entertainment even more accessible than ever before, at a cheaper price than ever before. And then you have, of course, YouTube. Endless sources of entertainment. Then you have games. There's been more games now than ever before. And the games are more stimulating, more addictive, more engaging. All these ways of capturing your attention. But I said this before and I will keep saying it. If you can control your own attention and focus, that is a superpower. You become unstoppable. And you know, I fear that the consequence of everything becoming so easily accessible and convenient with instant gratification all around us, I fear that the consequence of that is that long-term planning, long-term decision making that is difficult, that is hard, feels foreign. It feels very uncomfortable. You don't even know what to do with yourself when you tackle these types of things, because you don't have to, because tap, 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 you get it. So when something hard and difficult comes up, maybe it feels foreign. I worry about that it'll feel completely foreign. I worry that it'll be foreign, and not just that it will be foreign, that this will be exacerbated by the fact that it's not just foreign, but it's also risky. But here's the thing, everything you want in life, everything that's worth achieving is going to have a difficulty to it, a high level of difficulty more often than not. And the bigger the goal, the more difficult it is. And if it's an extraordinary goal, it tends to not just be difficult, but also risky and not guaranteed. So you'll be doing something that's not only very difficult, very challenging, but it's also very difficult and very risky. So it's risky, difficult, not guaranteed. And you're supposed to choose to do that over a very long period of time. If you want the biggest goals in life, well, it's no wonder so few people make it to become financially free and financially stable or even rich. It's no wonder so few people have a business that have actually worked out and is stable and is successful. Our society is almost designed to put you in a mental space that is completely against doing that. The most valuable things in life are the things that are some of the most difficult things to do. People do not value things that are easy. They just don't. If money was easy to come across, you just walk up to it and it's just on the ground and you just come up to it, everyone just gets a ton of it, and it was easy, it would not be nearly as valuable as it is now. That would devalue money significantly. If gold was just easy to come across, everyone could have it, it would not be that valuable at all. The harder something is, the more valuable it is. That's always the case. Hello YouTube, I'm Trenzel and I make self-growth content because I believe that becoming your authentic ideal self is a life goal worth pursuing. And if you like this video, check out, here it comes, these, ha 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 ha, see, 1, 2, 1, 2, see, see how beautiful and sexy the video is over here, see that? It's beautiful and sexy. Check them out. Bye.